Calibur 2!
What's up guys, Tommy here, bringing you, for the first time in ages, some Soul Calibur gameplay. Now I uploaded a little bit of Soul Calibur 3 a while back, just kind of a random snippet of Tira gameplay, but I thought, I love this game, why not do an episode of In Retrospect, right? So, here we go, here's In Retrospect episode number whatever it is I'm on. Gonna show you some Soul Calibur 2 and some Soul Calibur 3 gameplay. So, at its core, it is pretty much just another fighting game. You know, you press different combinations of directions and like triangle, square, circle X on the PS2 controller and just try and wipe out the other player, pretty much what it is. So, in many ways, it is very similar to Tekken 3, which I've already done on this series, but it adds a lot of new features. I mean, I think it is actually the same people who made that game, to be fair, but there's a lot of new things they added, and, you know, what I really love about this game in particular is, one, the sheer variety of characters there are. There's probably like, I don't know, 20, that's like a rough guess, but quite a lot of characters, each with their own kind of unique fighting styles and stuff, and, you know, what Soul Calibur does as opposed to most fighting games is each character has their own kind of individual weapon and fighting style. Definitely a change from Tekken in any case, but yeah, I'm going to show you a bit of gameplay here, just against some, you know, random AIs. First one was just a single battle. This one is a team battle. As you can probably tell already, my favourite character in this game is Cassandra. She's brilliant. She has kind of a very aggressive style of play. There are kind of a few characters which are really similar in the way they play, even though, you know, most of them are different. A few of them are kind of like pairs of characters, if that makes sense. Like, there's two characters, Cassandra and Sophitia, who are apparently sisters according to the story, and, you know, therefore have pretty similar move pools. Pretty much the same weapon, but there's like slight differences, you know? It's like the equivalent of having, I don't know, a Charizard versus a Typhlosion, I guess, if you want another analogy, but yeah, I think I'd die in a sec just to show you a bit of gameplay with another character as well, but definitely what I love about this game is how it always seems so kind of fast-paced and fluid. Like, everything is, I've never seen any kind of glitches or, you know, points at which I think, actually, that's not really that good, very slow or jerky or whatever, but everything seems so flawless in this game. I think it was like given consistent like 10 out of 10 ratings in, you know, most magazines and stuff at the time as well, so... Oh, by the way, this is where I died deliberately, I'm not just kind of, you know, playing with my face or something, but... Yep, anyways, definitely a good game. I think, to be honest, I probably prefer the first game. When I say first, I mean Soul Calibur 2 as opposed to 3, but... I've never played any previous games to that, to be honest. I mean, I bought the first one off eBay, but I still haven't actually played it, to be honest, but... Yeah, I mean, what I love about Soul Calibur 2 is mainly the story mode, aka Weapon Master. So what you do is you pick one character, you know, go through these series of different challenge battles in a way. Like, each battle has its own different characteristics, different challenges, like, for example, I don't know, defeat 5 enemies whilst having minimal health and like a tiny bit of regen between rounds. Something like that. It's pretty interesting, it adds to the variety. And, you know, as you progress through this, you unlock different weapons. Just going to show you this because I think it's hilarious. Nice little bit of character museum thing.
Who do you think you are? What's your name, little boy? What's your name, little boy? What's your name, little girl? What can you do? Let's see what you're made of.
It's more the eyes that make it sinister for me, to be honest, but... That's Heihachi, character who is specific to the PS2 version of Soul Calibur 2. Taken from Tekken, which is also a great series, but... Yep, like I was saying, actually I don't really remember what I was saying. Yeah, Weapon Master. Go through and unlock weapons as you go, which you can use in, you know, arcade or whatever you feel like, so... It's very kind of rewarding, you definitely feel like you're progressing through as you win these battles. There's like an experience system and a money system, so it's pretty good. In comparison, this is Soul Calibur 3. Now, what I love about this game is, number one, it has Tira, who is an incredible character. Definitely a very interesting fighting style. And number two, the whole kind of... It's like a story mode equivalent. It's kind of more of a story than Weapon Master, but less rewarding, if that makes sense. You just play through a series of battles, and, you know, at each battle there's like a mini clip or something. I mean, to be fair, the translation isn't all that great. There's some points where you think, did they really say that? Like, there's a lot of quotable lines, like, you know, Tira comes across another character called Yoshimitsu, and, like, this is a quote that me and my housemates always do because it's so hilarious after hearing it 50 times in a row, but Yoshimitsu looks at her and goes, "That monstrous weapon, could it be the master?" Which just sounds hilarious, but yeah, I mean, these speech things and these clips it adds, it does actually add quite a bit to the story, so to be fair, it is pretty entertaining. I mean, I've played through, you know, Tales of Souls many a time and still not got bored of it, so yeah, it's pretty damn good. Having said that, I still do prefer Weapon Master, but you know, I guess they got to do something different. I feel like they might have changed developers between those two games, I'm not sure, but I am also going to be getting Soul Calibur 5 pretty soon. Definitely looking forward to that. So you can probably expect to see some Soul Calibur 5 gameplay from me. I've never tried 1, I've never tried 4. I think there's another one prior to 1. I think it's like Soul Blade or Soul Edge or something. I forget, but definitely going to have to look into those early games as well. Because it is a pretty damn good series. So here I'm playing as Sophitia just for a bit of variety, I guess. I mean, as you can probably tell, Tira is probably my best character in this game, but I kind of like to mess around with the different characters as well. Like, I guess Sophitia, Shenghua, Tira, Cassandra to a certain extent in the third game. They're all pretty good, so hey, I like variety, I like to mess around. Like I do in Call of Duty, I just like to experiment with different characters and maybe just learn like a few of their moves each. Here's a nice little bit of dialogue, by the way. Have a listen.
Oh, perfect. I'll just tell you limb from limb. You really think I'm just gonna lay down and let you defeat me?
See, it's kind of like dialogue where you wouldn't really think characters would say that to each other if they met. It's not bad, but it's just, I don't know, something a bit weird about it. I mean, that was one of the more mild examples. That one kind of does make sense, but you play this game and you'll see what I mean. Anyways, this bit is hilarious, watch. Oh, sorry Tira, ring out.
You win!
You really did this to yourself.
That is definitely true. Probably my funniest victory against the computer so far. But here's a little snippet of story between each of the rounds of, you know, Tales of Souls. And you get to pick the path you take, and that path determines the order in which you fight the enemies. And eventually you end up beating this big guy who has a very evil sword which you have to try and either destroy or take. It's a good story anyways. But that'll be all, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.